Hello, so my name's Dale. I'm the Assistant Social Value Manager over at Engie, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit today about apprenticeship opportunities. Okay, so let's tell you a little bit about Engie first of all. So Engie is a multinational company. We're based in three particular areas. So we've got energy, services and regeneration. So just a quick summary of each, as you can see on the slide there. So energy, it's all to do with power generation, so storage. There's move towards renewables and sustainable energy. So we trade this and we also supply. And then we've got the service sector. So just to give you an example of the FM service, so we'll have contracts with schools, with hospitals, etc., and we'll make sure the infrastructure works. So, for example, in a hospital, obviously we don't supply the doctors and nurses, but the engineering side, the security side, the catering side, everything that makes that service tick, we'll provide the background service on that. And then the regeneration side, so that's effectively it's the construction side, so it's the sector that I work in. And we work with social housing, we work with councils, so we bid for work, and then obviously we'll build or we'll work in properties to deliver on behalf of as a contractor. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit today with regards to routes into construction and the built environment. So just to give an indication as to how we do or how we approach these different pathways, and obviously to give you hints and tips with regards to how you can do it yourself. So first of all, I'm just going to talk about apprenticeships. So what is an apprenticeship? So an apprenticeship, if you're not aware already, it combines off-the-job learning and on-site experience, as you can see there. So basically what that typically can consist of is, I don't know, if in a working week, you've got 4 days, the apprentice will come on site with ourselves, and they'll be with their mentor, and they'll do the job practically for that 4 days. The 5th day, they'll then go to an educational establishment. This could be college or training provider, etc., and learn the fundamentals of that job role. And the benefits of an apprenticeship, so obviously you're getting paid. So you're getting paid to learn effectively. So over the years, an apprentice will build up their skill set, as well as getting the educational side and become, for example, if they were doing carpentry, then they'd become a qualified carpenter after their apprenticeship finishes. So an apprenticeship they're highly sought after at the moment, simply because of this combination. You're not just solely going to college or solely going into employment. You've got the best of both worlds. Okay, so different types of apprenticeships. So we've got some craft apprenticeships there. So these are the on-site apprenticeships effectively. So we've got carpentry, electrical, plumbing, and typically these will be either level 2 or level 3, and they'll run either from 2 years plus. Of some, for example, like the electrical, can go to up to 5 years. And at the end of the apprenticeship, then you'll come out with that qualification. You'll be trade qualified. We've also got the technical apprentices. So technical apprenticeships typically are level 3, so they're a little bit higher in on a BTEC, and again typically will last 2 to 3 years. So these can give a bit more of a bit more of an idea of the running of an actual site rather than the practical delivery on site. So you've got some the job titles here, so the design, so the quantity surveying, engineering, management sort of side to it. So typically a technical apprentice will be more as a in an office or on site in the office, kind of overseeing the project and offering technical expertise. So it's the same format as a craft apprentice. So they'll shadow a mentor 4 days a week, and then for the 5th day, typically they'll go into college or a university setting. Okay, what we've then got is the next one. So it's a higher or degree apprenticeship. So these are relatively new. They've only been going for a few years now, and it's an alternative pathway to go into university effectively. So with the introduction of something called the apprentice levy a couple of years ago, or a few years ago now, it just meant that a lot of companies were already paying into a government pot, so therefore we could utilize the funding to sponsor people or to pay for people's education at a degree level. So effectively, if you were to do a level 2 or a level 3, you could then progress onto a higher degree apprenticeship. So this is, so for example, a quantity surveyor pathway. So a quantity surveyor will join us with either A levels or BTEC already. Then we'll sponsor them effectively to go through university for 4.5 years. So we'll pay for all their fees. So we don't sponsor them, we pay for all their fees. So this could be upward of £40,000. But they'll also get the monetary side, so they'll also get paid to go to university and to earn and learn, I suppose. So it's the same format as a typical apprenticeship. So for 4 days a week, they'll come in and they'll basically shadow someone doing that role. So this could be quantity surveying, this could be site management, it could be design and build, etc. And for the 5th day, they'll go to university. So they'll do university on a part-time level, either at HNC to begin with and moving on to HND. And typically will come out with a degree apprenticeship, which also, for example, in the quantity surveying pathway, incorporates a RIC, so a chartered accreditation. So how do you go about getting these opportunities? So we've got a link, I've got a link on screen there with regards to early career. So on the Engie website, it gives you a bit more information. And I'm also going to talk a little bit about how to approach employers, etc. So when approaching an employer, it's really important to get out there and basically test the water, see what opportunities are available. A lot of people rely on going on sites like Indeed or the government's apprenticeship site, which again have opportunities on there, and we put all opportunities via them channels too. But you're kind of just, I don't know, you're not looking at all the opportunities there. If you basically approach some companies, they're not going to put their opportunities, on these typical websites. So it's about getting out there and doing some of that donkey work, finding out what opportunities are going to be available, finding out when these opportunities are going to present themselves, how to source these opportunities, who to speak to with regards to going through the application process, and really finding out as much information as possible. So it says on there, try and get some work experience. Work experience is fundamental. I know obviously with the pandemic and everything that's happening at present, work experience isn't easily attainable, but obviously at the moment you can be putting in measures to try and source these opportunities. So finding out what placements will be available, when they'll be available, and trying to put them steps in place at the moment. And putting together a good CV is fundamental. There's so many CVs that come to myself that are not very good at all, to being honest with you. So again, going through using online resources, using resources from companies, getting people to check CVs from an external point of view, and putting together a good CV and then sending it off. Make sure you send it to the right person in the right job in the right company. So again, making sure you're spreading that net and finding out who the best person to speak to in a company. If you send it to the receptionist in that company, they might not know what to do. But if you send it to the learning development team or social value team or whoever does the recruitment for apprentices, then they're going to give you an idea of when they recruit, what the process is, who to send CVs to, etc., etc. Okay, so what skills are we looking for? So overall, as an apprentice, we're not looking for someone who's already, trade qualified. We're not looking for somebody who already knows that job inside out. As an apprentice, we're looking to build a person's skill set. We're looking to build their capabilities, but at the same point, we don't want to take someone on who hasn't got the right attitude, who can't communicate well, who hasn't got leadership skills, who doesn't participate well in a team. So it's making sure all these transferable skills are brought to the table. And these are showcased via work experience placements, showcased on CVs. And then if you are lucky enough to be invited to interview, then you're making sure that you showcase all, what skills you have, and make sure that they're present all the way through that interview. Because at the end of the day, we want to take people on who turn up on time, have the right attitude, the right aptitude, and just work hard. We'll make sure that if you join us, for example, as an electrician, we don't want you to, or we don't need you to know everything about electrical. That's what you're going to be taught with our mentors and at college. But again, you can't replace a good attitude. If you basically come with a good attitude with all these transferable skills, then everything else can be taught. So that's it really. So good luck. Good luck in sourcing opportunities. If you do need any more help and advice, then the door's always open. Feel free to get in contact. Okay, much appreciated. Thank you.